on in and tap in with the kid. Man, I got about a good 30 minutes, man. I really want to build. I really want to get some things off my chest. So hopefully y'all got about 30 minutes on this wonderful Tuesday evening to listen to what it is that I have to say regarding this particular subject matter. And I spoke on this in the stream some months ago, and I'm gonna touch on it one last time, and I'm no longer dealing with this particular concept and subject matter, but this is something that I really want to get off my chest. I really want to address it. I really want to vent on this subject matter, man, because I got some powerful things to say in regards to this. So hopefully y'all got about 30 minutes, man, because that's about all the time I have. Mr. Barbados, peace, what's happening? I got about 30 minutes to just kind of let y'all have it in regards to this subject matter, man. I got some things to say. Magic Realms, peace, what's happening? I got some things to say in regards to this particular subject matter, man. It's time for me. I'm gonna get in vent mode here in a second. But I'm definitely about to get into vent mode because I'm just getting tired. I'm getting tired of these concepts and these phrases. I'm getting tired of people. I'm just getting tired of a lot. Tamika, peace, queen, what's happening? Clocks in, my brother, peace, what's happening? She smooth, peace, what's going on? Khalil, peace. Anais, peace, what's the word? Naeem, peace, what's happening? Jeff, peace, what's the word? Magic, you already know. It's actually, it's getting out of hand. It's getting on my nerves, like all of that good stuff, man. The stuff is getting ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? The stuff is getting ridiculous out here, man. And I'm getting tired of a lot of brothers just getting overly emotional about certain things, man. It's like we didn't began to act like the women that we once criticized. You know what I'm saying? When you would do certain things and you would act a certain type of way, like when we was growing up, when you would act a certain type of way, what would the boys say? Man, you acting like a girl. Like that used to be an insult back in the day. You know what I'm saying? You used to act a certain type of way back in the day. Your homeboys used to call you out and say, man, you acting like a girl. Now, sometimes they would use another word, but I'm not about to use that word. But that used to be an insult. But now we are acting that same way. The same things that we used to criticize these young girls, like the way that they used to move and the way that they used to act and how we used to criticize and how we used to throw the insults and say you acting like a girl. Now these grown men are acting just like that. You can't even joke about certain things without dudes just getting overly emotional about things. Getting overly emotional. But then they want to tell you that the women are emotionally unstable. They are emotional creatures. I'm confused. I'm starting to question that. First of all, we all emotional. You know what I'm saying? But I think in 2021, it's time for us to kill that whole notion of women are just the ones that are emotionally unstable. My experience, it's a lot of dudes that are emotionally unstable out here. And now we can pinpoint the reasons why. But man, it's a lot of emotionally unstable men out here. You know what I'm saying? They get in their feelings over some things, man. And sometimes you could even be joking. A lot of times when I have certain conversations or I have back and forth, it's with the dudes that they misinterpreted something that I have said. And I may have been joking and they getting all in their feelings. It's like, calm down, bro. It was a joke. You know what I'm saying? But we used to criticize women. Like when women do that, we like to call them out. Y'all just emotional. Y'all not logical. Y'all don't deal with reason. Well, what is it called when a brother do that? What is it called? Beast by Bless Zone out. Peace, Miss Donnie. Peace, what's the word? What is it called when a brother spazzes out like that? When a brother is illogical. When a brother is overly emotional. We got to stop saying you're acting like a girl at this particular point because I'm telling you, it's common amongst these men nowadays. It's common amongst these men. And I already know what some people going to say. We going to say, oh, it's because they being raised by these women. Whatever the case may be. If we know the origin, then it's time for us to do something about the problem. Because dudes got to stop being so sensitive out here. But in regards to this subject matter, man, the reason why I made it, this was a joke, the title of the stream, talking about I'm a high value man and I don't need no woman. Because this is how a lot of dudes are sounding when they start walking around professing that they are a high value man on a day-to-day basis. First of all, if you truly bring value to a situation, you don't have to announce it every day. You don't have to announce it every day, man. I have a father in my life, man. He brought all the value to the family. He brought all the value to the table, and he never had to announce it to the world. He never had to announce the value that he was bringing to the world on a day-to-day basis for everybody to hear it. He didn't have to call his brother every day and say, man, I'm a high value man. He didn't have to get on. He didn't have to go outside and announce to the neighbors, I'm a high value man. He didn't have to place this label on himself. He may have referred to himself as a hard working man. That's about it. But he didn't have to call himself a high value man every other day. He didn't have to do that. And the reason why I said that is because I was on Facebook and I saw a post about high value man, the whole concept. And then I saw a brother that commented on the post, and he said, he said the high value man is the equivalent of a woman calling herself a bad, and y'all know the B word. I'm not about to utilize it, but that's the equivalence there. And I thought that that was funny. So I made my post, and I made a few posts about the situation, joking about it. And you already know some dudes and got in their feelings, got emotional about it. But I was just joking about it. But I saw that comment and I thought that that was hilarious. And the reason why he made the comment is because of the diva sadiddy energy behind the dudes that walk around claiming to be a high value man. A lot of these dudes that walk around spitting this label out in reference to themselves, like they questionable. A lot of them are suspect. A lot of them are suspect. And then at the end of the day, when we really break down this whole concept of a high value man, first and foremost, it's a lot of things that are being overlooked. We have literally corrupted what the word value even means. Hence why y'all see the thumbnail that y'all see. Because when you Google high value man, look at the image that came up. Y'all see the thumbnail. That's one of the first images that you're going to see. Dudes in what? A suit and a tie. So see what I'm saying? See, this is what happens. This is why anxiety is so high. This is why depression is so high in the world. Because people didn't allow these social media influencers to dictate how they feel about themselves. So they listening to some of these cats on YouTube and Facebook define what a high value man is, and they don't fit the criteria. So now they feel bad about themselves. They may hear somebody tell you that, man, if you're not making six figures, then basically you're worthless. If you're not going to work in a suit and tie, then you're worthless. If you don't own the business, you're worthless. Like all these type of things. Now, of course, I'm paraphrasing it. This ain't what they are saying verbatim. But you got people that's on social media that's giving you this long list or this like extravagant criteria that you must meet in order to be considered a high value individual, high value man, high value woman, whatever the case may be. You got people out here that, for one, I don't know who gave them the authority to tell you how valuable you are. I don't know who gave them the authority to define what value is for you, for me, and for all the people that's on the stream. I don't know who gave people this authority, but people have given them the authority to where people view them as credible. So you got people that's listening to these individuals and feeling some type of way about themselves because they don't meet the criteria. Man, listen. It's a million different ways that you can bring value. You know what I'm saying? That's such a broad term. So don't allow somebody, and then even on the woman's end, you know what I'm saying? You got dudes out here telling women, man, if you ain't married by 30, 35, then you're worthless. You use goods. You know what I'm saying? Don't nobody desire you. Don't nobody want you. If you don't have kids by the age of 30, you're this, that, and the third. If you ain't married by 30, you're this, that, and the third. Then these women, they see all of that and they start feeling some type of way about themselves. And now you got depression and all this type of stuff is skyrocketing because people are allowing social media to dictate how they feel, man, to dictate how they move. Man, listen, I don't care what these people are saying. Man, if you are a man and you out here grinding and you ain't making six figure and you not putting on the suit and tie to work every day, so what? You still bringing value. You still could be high value. Just because you not fitting their criteria don't mean anything, man. Don't mean anything. Don't mean anything at all. I'm sick of this nonsense, man. I'm sick of people feeling bad about themselves because they done listen to somebody and they don't fit the bill. Somebody that broke down what high value means to them. You know what I'm saying? Because it's relative and subjective. Because we got two words, high value. That's relative and subjective. When you break down the word value, this can be defined in a multitude of different ways. You know what I'm saying? So there's not one set definition for value. You know what I mean? So like it's people out here that are defining what high value is. And then you got people that's listening to them. And when they don't fit the criteria, they feel bad about themselves. They feel like it's something wrong with them. Then the anxiety is rising. Man, you know the type of anxiety. If it's a young lady watching somebody on YouTube and she respects him and she's 25 and that dude is telling the people that, hey, if you're not married with children by 30, then you worthless. Like, you know what that's going to do to somebody's anxiety? Like, you know what that would do to a young lady's anxiety if she watching something and they telling them, if you 25 right now, by 30, you ain't married and you don't have kids, then you worthless. And she don't got any of that cracking for her right now. She not in a relationship. She ain't close to having kids. Like, you know what that's gonna do to somebody's anxiety? Like a young man is watching it and they telling you that by the age of 30, you ought to be on this type of job. You ought to be on your way to this amount of money and you ain't nowhere near close. You know what that'll do to somebody's anxiety? You know what that'll do to somebody's anxiety? You know what that could do to somebody's mental? If they really rocking with the person? Man, that's going to affect them, man. That's going to affect them, man. So people don't know how they contributing to the decline of mental health out here by spewing all this nonsense. Spewing all this nonsense. Spewing all this nonsense, man. Spewing all this nonsense, man. It's impacting too many people. Man, I've met younger people that's impacted by this. So they feel the need to rush everything. They feel the need to rush everything because somebody told them that they got to have this, that, and the third by the time they get 30. So what if you don't have that by 30, man? Does that mean that you are less valuable than the person that had that? All of that type of stuff. And a lot of that stuff is a facade. It's plenty of people that they done had kids and they married by the age of 30 and they miserable and they not happy. So how valuable are they? You know what I'm saying? They did all of this stuff before 30, but yet they miserable. They hate their lives. They are disgusted with themselves because they rushed and they did something that they didn't want to do it in the time frame they did it in, so that they regret it. How valuable is that person? Yeah, they did X, Y, and Z, but they not happy though. How can you be valuable when you're not happy? How can you be valuable when you're not at peace? Yeah, you make 6 figures. Yeah, you got a nice job, you got a nice car, you got nice materials, but you're not happy. So how valuable are you? When you're not happy, when you're not at peace, when you're not centered? How can you be high value anything when you're not happy? How can you be high value anything when you're not at peace with yourself? Come on, man, make that make sense. And I don't see a lot of these people talking about that aspect of bringing value. I don't see a lot of people talking about that, man. You got to be centered. You got to be at peace. Forget these statuses, man. Forget these labels. Forget these statuses, man. Forget all that. Forget these material items for a second and deal with your inner peace. Because there's no way you can be of value if you lack inner peace, if you imbalance internally. There's no way you can bring any type of value to the mix. And that's probably your most valuable person. And that'll be a person that may not cling to a lot of material items. That person that's centered, that person that's at peace, that might be the most valuable person to be around. But since they don't have a certain status, and since they may not be making a certain amount of money, we're going to write that person off. We're going to write that person off. We gonna write that person off because they chilling, living a modest life. They not flashy. You know how many wealthy people I know that if you look at them on the surface, you would think they the poorest of the poor? See, that's the problem with us, especially black people. We think what a person drives and what they wear is like it means something. Man, that could be the brokest person in the room, the one that looks the wealthiest. Come on, man, I've chopped it up. I've looked at a lot of other ethnic groups and how they move, and the person with the money in that ethnic group, you can rarely tell. Man, that some of them, man, I know dudes, man, I know older white dudes that they wouldn't even drive a car to work. They riding a bike to work. And you will be looking at that like a black person to be like, a sister would be like, look at that dude riding a bike to work. He must be broke. Man, he might be the way, he might can buy the job that he working at. He might can buy the job that he working at. Stop playing, man. I know situations like that, man. I know situations like that personally, where you will look at that person like, man, this dude, look, what is he doing? What is he on? He must be broke. Man, be the wealthiest person in the whole vicinity. Wealthiest person in the whole vicinity. But black people, we want to continue to look like we got money. We want to look like we got money. That's what we want to do. We want to look like, we want to give off the appearance that we got money. We want to give off the appearance that we bring in value. And we think value only comes with material items, material possessions. So we want to give off this look, this appearance that we doing good. Whole while we struggling. Whole while we self-destructing behind the scenes. But we want to give you the appearance that everything is cool. We want to give you the appearance that everything is good. We want to give you the appearance that we got it all together. So I'm finna show you the best of the best. I'm going to show you the best of the best. Whole while I'm struggling to maintain it, struggling to afford it. Put me in a negative, put me in a hole. But as long as I give this appearance off that I'm doing good, and whole while you going out your way to impress people who don't really even care about you. Come on now. Whole while you going out of your way to purchase these material items for people who don't really even care about you. Like, what are you doing it for? What are you doing it for? You going out of your way to impress people who, at the end of the day, don't even care about you. Come on, man. Stop playing. Stop playing. I know people, man. I know people like this. So when people start talking about, like, I know dudes that can fit this whole high value man concept. They can fit the criteria. I know dudes like that, man. And a lot of them are not as valuable as they think. I know, dude, it's something wrong with you, man. If you a grown man and you got to be, it's almost like when I'm a real nigga. Y'all know that. Y'all done heard that phrase. Dude, you ain't too real if you got to keep letting me know. If you got to keep announcing it to the world, obviously you doing it for a reason. It stems behind some insecurity. So you may not be as real as you giving off. You know what I'm saying? Why you keep announcing that to the world? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you real, if you bringing value, listen, people gonna let you know that. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to announce to the world that I'm bringing value. People gonna let you know on my behalf. They gonna let you know that, man, I listen to dude and I went vegan. Or I listen to dude and I started reading this book. I listen to dude. Like, that is value. That is value. I don't have to announce to y'all. I don't have to show y'all my bank account. I don't have to let y'all know how many clients I'm training so y'all can count my pockets. I don't have to do any of that. But I know dudes that do that. They got to let you know that they making six figures. They got to show you check stubs. First of all, that's stupid. Then when somebody plot to rob you, now you looking all foolish. You posting your check stub on Facebook, Instagram. And then you get robbed and now you looking foolish and you wonder how that happened. Because that's stupid. That's stupid. Why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? Don't nobody need to know how much you making. Don't nobody need to know that. Don't nobody need to know how much you making every check. Don't nobody need to know how much you making every month. Then I know dudes that they got to have all the designer clothes and then they guaranteed to post it. Guaranteed to post it. So they can let you know, so they can appear as though they got some money. So they going to get these designer clothes and they going to post themselves in these outfits. You know what I'm saying? They going to let you know, they going to show you the check stub. They going to show you that check stub to make it look like they got money. They going to show you all of this. They going to show you the car that they just got to make it look like they got some money. That's what they going to do. That's what they going to do. I know plenty of individuals like that. They are lacking, like, when it comes to mental, when it comes to the mental, when it comes to just the psychological aspect of value, they are lacking in that department. So they feel like they got to overcompensate in that department in regards to the material items and the money, because they lack when it comes to intelligence. They lack when it comes to the mental aspect of bringing value. So they feel like they got to overcompensate. When at the end of the day, it's all about equality and dealing with balance. You know what I'm saying? You got to balance that out. You can't overcompensate for that. You cannot do that. You know what I'm saying? You can't do it. Deal in equality. Stop showing your check stub. Stop showing how much you make in a month and deal with your mental so you can bring value in that regards too, because then at that point, now you unstoppable. When you bring in value in from all aspects, from all angles, you become unstoppable. But nah, dudes want to overly focus on the material. Especially black dudes who want to overly focus on the material aspect of things, man. Stop doing that. I don't care about your designer clothes. Man, I'm about to go find me some jeans for $20 that look better than the jeans you spent $200 on. I'm going to go find me some t-shirts that cost about $10, $12 and I'm good. I'm good. That's more money saved up. You know what I'm saying? That's more money saved up for me. I'm not about to be posting what I make so people can count my pockets so they can plot, plan, and strategize on my downfall. I ain't finna do that. I ain't finna do that. That's stupid. You know how many people you got on your social media that they gonna put all type of envious energy out there when you show them how much you making? I'm not finna do that. I'm not about to give them the ammunition to hate. I'm about to make it appear as if I'm on the same level that they are on. Hey, I'm broke just like you broke, for all you know. I don't need you out here counting my pockets so you can speak that type of negative energy into the atmosphere, just hating on the kid. Nah, we on the same level for all you need to know. For all you need to know. For all you need to know. And the wife says high quality over high value. And I ain't even gonna go as far as that, because value in and of itself is not something that we have corrupted it though. So in that sense, I'm gonna have to agree with it. But I mean, if we just define value by what it actually means, then I mean, cool, it'd be cool to be a high value man. But now it turned into a whole, like, there are divas now. These men are turning into divas. You know what I'm saying? That's what's happening. Men are turning into divas out here. Men are turning into divas. Like, it's sad, man. Like I said, I got the knowledge of self way back in the day. And all they had to tell me was that the black man is God and I was good. Because once they broke down what that meant to me, that basically revolves around you using your highest form of intelligence or moving wisely according to your strengths. That's what it means to be God in our culture. So once they gave me that game, that's all I needed to know. I didn't have to come around here telling everybody who I am and I'm high value this, high value that. No, listen, the enlightener gave me the knowledge, told me that the black man is God. He said, listen, and I got the math and I broke that down. I looked at the math and I say, okay, that's moving wisely according to your strengths. That's all I needed to know. That's all I need to know. So that ain't got anything, me being God, the black man being God, ain't got nothing to do with how much money you make. It ain't got nothing to do with the type of job you work. It ain't got nothing to do with the type of car you drive. It has everything to do with your, like, mental health and just moving according to your strengths and getting to know oneself and moving according to that knowledge. That's what being God means. Once you move according to what you find out and discover about yourself, what you learn about yourself, once you learn about yourself and once you figure things out and you move according to that intel, that information, and you play to your strengths in life, like, that's all the value that you're going to need right there. You're going to manifest everything that you need in life once you move according to that. And notice how I broke that down. I didn't just make anybody feel lesser about themselves. I didn't say, if you're not making this, then you trash. If you're not working, if you're not wearing a suit, you trash. No, I said, listen, black man, if you want to reach a high status in life, all you got to do is get to know yourself and move according to that knowledge. Play to your strengths in life. That's how I'm defining it. That's what it means to be God. So I ain't have to talk down to nobody. I didn't have to talk in a condescending manner. Every black man has the potential to manifest exactly what it is that I said. Every black man has the ability to move according to their strengths. Every black man has the ability to figure themselves out. Every black man has the ability to acquire knowledge of self. Every black man has that ability. Not every black man is going to end up making 6 figures a month or 6 figures a year. Not every black man is going to end up like that, man, in the wilderness of North America. It's not feasible. It's not going to happen. There are going to be some righteous black men that don't reach that status in life. But that don't necessarily mean that they are lesser men than the ones that have reached the 6-figure status. So we need to stop playing that game. We need to stop playing that game. It's a lot of people that generate this income, that generate this revenue, that they are wicked. They got to that point utilizing all type of deception. You know what I'm saying? So we're not going to talk down on the people that have chosen to live a righteous life, meaning that they may not acquire all the materials that the person that's up here financially will. And some of us are okay with that. Some of us are A-okay with that. Some of us are just fine with that. But what y'all not finna do is talk down to us. Y'all not finna have us feeling a certain type of way about ourselves, man. Because I feel like I'm bringing more value than a person. Like, you can bring somebody here that's making $1 million a month, and I'm not about to be intimidated at all. I feel like I'm gonna bring more value to the table than that dude. That's how confident I am in regards to my presentation, my information, and just what I know about myself. So I don't care anything about a status. You can put me in a room filled with all type of people who's rocking suits and a tie, and I had this hoodie on with these sweatpants, and I feel like I'm still the most valuable person in the room. That's how confident I am in my mind, in my abilities. I'm not intimidated. I don't care anything about your status. I don't care anything about your job title. I don't care anything about the car you drive. I don't care anything about the money that you make. I don't care anything about that. I don't care anything about that. You know what I'm saying? That is not that right there doesn't do anything for me in regards to value at all. So it sounds good, but you're not finna intimidate me. I'm gonna hold my own no matter where I go. And y'all see how I look. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got to sugarcoat it. I ain't about to go in there and be fake. I'm not going to fake it until I make it. I'm going to go in the room as is, and I'm going to hold my own. I done had conversations with some bright minds financially. I done been in rooms. I done worked in banks. I done dealt with some of these people. And they be surprised at what I know. Like, they be surprised. Like, don't get it twisted, man. We can all be deceptive if we want to. We can all play that type of game if we want to. Some of us don't want to go out like that. Some of us have a purpose, and we gon' fulfill that purpose by any means necessary. By any means necessary. Some of us have a purpose, and we sticking to that purpose, and we gonna get there no matter what we gotta do. That's how some of us are choosing to live. The Book of Ronan. Peace, peace. Appreciate that donation. Oh, for sure. Being flashy is one of the dumbest things you could do. Like I said, I got homeboys. I'm telling they be putting why would you put your check stub? Why would you put your check stub on social media? Makes no sense. It makes no sense, man. How easy it is for people to tap into your location and you putting your check stub on social media. You just asking to be robbed. Then when you get robbed, like I said, now you like, dang, how they know what? Cause you put it all out there for everybody to know. I don't want people knowing about my life. I don't want people knowing about what I'm making. I don't want people knowing. Oh, Terrell, for sure, man. Some of the black men that I respect the most, they died penniless because they stuck to the script. They stuck to the script. Now it's messed up though that they had to die like that, because I said some of the black men that brought the most value to the black community died penniless, and it's messed up because that shows where our priorities are as a people. You know what I'm saying? It's messed up that some of the dudes that brought the most value to the community, that they had to go out the way that they had to go out. But that doesn't mean that they were not valuable. That doesn't mean that they were not valuable. You know what I'm saying? But it's just messed up. It's just messed up. But some people choose that path, though. We're not concerned with the materials. We concerned about fulfilling a mission. We concerned about fulfilling a purpose, like the J.A. Rogers, the Amos N. Wilsons, the Khalid Muhammads. Like, obviously, when you a black man and you choose to stand on a certain message in the wilderness of North America, by default, you may not reach a certain status because it's going to be certain people seeing to it that you don't reach it. So by default, when you choose to have a certain message and stand on your square in regards to that message, by default, it's going to be a lot of odds against you. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to reaching that value on that type of, in regards to that type of lifestyle, the financial aspect of it, it's going to be a lot of doors closing in your face. You won't have a lot of opportunities because it's going to be the so-called powers that be. They're going to be working against you. They're going to be seeing to it that you don't reach this status. Whose fault is that? All because I chose to stand for something. Now I got all these doors closing in my face because I chose to stand for something. I chose to have morals and principles. You know what I'm saying? So some of those brothers that I just mentioned, they chose to have morals and principles. They chose to dedicate their life to something that's meaningful. And they was going to get the message out by any means necessary. And they did that. They did that. And they didn't get rewarded financially for that. But they still put in the work. Those are some of the most valuable men that I look up to. I look up to the valuable black men that say, man, I'm about to stand for something. It's going to be against the status quo. It's going to be against the system. I'm going to earn a living for myself. I'm going to earn enough so we can be comfortable, but I'm not out here making $1 million a year, and I'm cool with that. If I get it, I'm also cool with that. But at the end of the day, I'm dedicated to this mission. I'm dedicated to this purpose, and that's the most important thing. Yes, I'm going to earn my living. I ain't saying I'm going to be out here being broke, but I'm not out here being controlled by the materials, being controlled by the money. I'm not letting that control me. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to dedicate my life to this purpose, to this mission, and everything will unfold according to that dedication and that commitment. See, I respect them brothers. I respect them brothers. I respect them brothers for sure, because I know how it is. It can have you feeling a certain type of way about yourself when you know good and well what you saying is powerful. You know what I'm saying? Like, what you saying is valuable. But again, when you looking at it, when you judging everything based off of like the financial aspect of it, then you may start feeling a certain type of way about it. Like, man, I should be making more money than I am because I know I'm bringing more value. Nah, man, you got to understand the type of system that you're dealing with. You got to understand the type of system that we dealing with. You know what I'm saying? When you dedicate your life to ignorance, when you dedicate your life to manipulation, then that's going to get you in the algorithms. Then that's going to get you to the top a lot faster, opposed to you being a black man standing for something that's righteous and right and exact. You know what I'm saying? They not finna listen to a black man. When a black man come out and say that the black man is God and the black woman is earth and things like that, they not about to allow us to reach a mainstream level. They not about to allow us to teach that that message on a mainstream level. They already been there, done that. They got to kill that. They got to neutralize that. So they got to keep us at the bottom. They got to keep us at the bottom, man, because we know about our true power. We know our true power. You can't enslave us with the whip and the chain like they used to do, like they still do some of the music artists. Like they still do some of the music artists. They can't enslave us with the whip and the chain. They can't tell me to sign my name on the dotted line for a whip and a chain. They can't do that. Can't do it. I ain't selling out for no whip and no chain. I ain't selling out for no whip and no chain. I'm not moved by that. So when you come out saying the black man has got, when they hear that, they know that. They know that you're not going to be moved by the materials. They can't just, you don't have a price. They can't just say, sell your brother out and I'm going to give you 6 figures. They can't say, add to the division of the black man and black woman and I'm going to give you 6 figures and I'm going to put you in the algorithms. They can't, I'm not moved by that. I'm not motivated by that. I'm motivated by getting a righteous message out here. That's what I'm motivated to do. That's what I'm motivated to do, man. I'm not selling my brother out. I'm not selling my sister out. You can't pay me enough to do it. And I definitely ain't selling myself out. So I don't have no price. You know what I'm saying? So when you a person such as myself, listen, it's only so many ways you can generate what you generate because you're not about to be dealing with these clowns out here. You're not about to be dealing with the clowns out here, man. You're not about to be dealing with these sellouts. You're not about to be dealing with these devils, as we call them. We're not going to be dealing with them. We're not doing business with them because at the end of the day, they're going to try to get us to sell out. They're going to try to get us to be deceptive. We only dealing with the righteous, what we call our Aelites. You know what I'm saying? And that right there is you limited because not everybody is out here on that type of time and that type of vibe. It's real limited. Real limited. The average person you're going to walk into, man, they deaf, dumb, and blind to the reality that's going on around them. And they ain't going it won't take nothing for them to sell you out. So you got to be mindful when you're doing business with a person like that. You don't want to associate with a person where it ain't going to take much for them to sell you out. So that eliminates you doing business with a lot of people. A lot of people. You can't employ your homeboy, man, because your homeboy deaf, dumb, and blind to not only the reality that's going on around him, but he deaf, dumb, and blind to the reality that's going on within him. So it won't take nothing for him to sell you out. So why go into business with somebody like that? Why partner up with somebody like that? So you got to be cautious. You got to be cautious in regards to the decisions that you make when it comes to associations, friendships, partnerships. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, majority of the population are automatically disqualified. When it comes to me, people ask me why I don't have anybody working in my gym, why I don't hire anybody. That's because 90% of the population to me is disqualified. I don't trust 90% of the population because I know the type of corruption that's out here. I know how people are deceived. I know it won't take anything for somebody to sell me out. You know what I'm saying? So it's only a select few that I would even entertain bringing in to work with me. Only a select few. I'm not about to just hire anybody because I don't just trust anybody. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not even going to put myself through that. I can maintain, I can do this type of stuff on my own. If it get to that point, that I'm going to do what's necessary to make sure I find somebody that fits my criteria. And that's a strict criteria because I don't trust the average person. I don't trust the average person. We done had too many situations, man. We done had too many situations where brothers done been sold out. You know what I'm saying? That's how things get infiltrated. So I'm not about to just bring a brother in because I need some help. Nope. You ain't finna infiltrate. Equipment come up missing, man, ain't no tell. It's all type of stuff that happen. So nah, I ain't going out like that. I ain't going out like that at all. I ain't going out. I'd rather do it solo dolo until I find somebody that's right and exact. And I'm talking about right and exact to the point where I done vetted that person, did the background check, did the full knowledge to this person. I'm like, all right, this makes sense. This makes some sense. But I ain't bringing just anybody in this joint. Not happening. Not have my whole establishment fold if I just bring anybody up. That's my reputation. You know what I'm saying? They'll be dealing with my people. I don't trust that. I don't trust that. So I ain't even gonna go there. I ain't even gonna go there. I ain't even gonna go. I'm not even gonna go there. I ain't gonna go there at all, man. Like it's ridiculous out here, man. Just the amount of wickedness. The amount of people that's out here lost but claiming to be woke, like it's crazy. It's crazy, man. It's like sometimes you just want to go to an island. You know what I'm saying? Get away from these people, man. Because people out here, man, people out here, it's all bad for the most part. And people want to swear up and down that we have seen drastic improvements. No, we haven't, man. We got grown men that gotta let you know they high value every 10 minutes or so. Man, if you don't sit down somewhere, man. Sit down somewhere. Don't nobody want to hear that. Don't nobody want to hear a grown man announce to the world who he is and how bad he is. Like, that's how that sounds, man. Sit down somewhere, man. That's a feminine trait. You know what I'm saying? If you a hardworking man and you doing what's right and exact, listen, the value gonna speak for itself. The value gonna speak for itself. You know what I'm saying? When we God body, like, we don't have to walk around calling ourselves God all the time. Because we gonna walk in a room and people it's that aura. They gonna feel it. They gonna feel it, man. You know how many times I done just walk in a room and it's just like people can sense it. People know, like, man, that brother is in tune with himself. It's like they sense the energy. I don't have to say nothing. I don't have to walk into this place like I'm God. Like, I don't have to do that. We don't have to do that. I'm a king. Like, I don't have to do that. When I walk into a place, people gonna know that, man, that's a black man that's confident in himself. That's a black man. That dude is confident in himself, confident in his abilities. He is confident. He confident. He confident. I don't have to announce anything. People gonna see that based off of my ways and actions. Point blank, period. That's stuff that the women do, man. You know what I'm saying? Let them be fascinated with the statuses and the labels. Like, let them do that. Let them do that. We not supposed to be doing that. Let them do that. Let them have that. Let them have that. Y'all know I done got mad. Let them have their clothes. Let them have their purses. Let them have their slang. Let them have their statuses. Let them have their labels. Let them have that. Let them have all of that, man. Let them have it. Let them have it. We out here sounding sad. We out here sounding just like they were. It's like we trying to fight for equal rights. We want to be equal to women out here. Oh, well, she wearing a purse. I could wear a purse too. That's how we sounding out here. Oh, well, they got a word to define themselves. Let's get us a concept to define ourselves too. If women can do it, we can do it too. So why when women do it, it's cool, but then when we do it, it's a problem? Come on, man. We sounded just like we criticized them a sounding. Come on, man. That's trash. We ain't got time for that. We ain't got time for that. We ain't got time for that. Oh, women can do this and women can do that. But when men do it, so what, man? By this time, we should understand what world we live in, man. We should understand the world that we live in. Quit crying about all that, man. You done did the knowledge to the world. You understand the world that we live in. Things are not fair, and it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Man up, do what you got to do. Point blank, period. Stop crying about all this nonsense on social media, man. That ain't gonna do anything. That ain't gonna, especially considering the fact that you was just criticizing women for doing that. When women get on social media and get to crying and being emotional, you know what I'm saying? We be the first ones to criticize them. Then when the dude do it, then what? Somebody criticize the dude, then they trying to justify it. Same thing we criticize women for. Come on. Eugene, peace, appreciate that donation. You said the only thing money can do is make you rich. Money won't bring you everlasting happiness. Money won't bring you everlasting peace. Money will not make you dignified. Money won't empower you at all. Yeah, money will not do any of that. It's a good tool to have to get you the necessities of life. It's a good tool for that. It's a good tool for that. You know what I'm saying? We in the wilderness of North America, so we need money. You know what I'm saying? To get certain things out of life, we need it. But at the end of the day, your happiness and your peace, it's an inside job. It's an inside job. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, that's what it is. It's an inside job. Like I said, you will look at all these wealthy people. You will look at them committing suicide, or you will look at their children committing suicide, and you'll be like, dag, man, they had everything that they needed in life. Come on, man, you're not thinking deeply enough about it. They had everything they needed in life. Are you sure about that? Because they had 3 or 4 cars, because they had a nice house. You think that's all they needed in life? Or they social life might have been complete garbage because they couldn't hang out with normal people. Because if they hung out with normal people, then them normal people would just be hating on them simply because of what they have. But then when they hang out with these fake and fabricated other rich and wealthy people, it's also trash. So their social life might be garbage. And that may be a part of their happiness and peace. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's a lot of different aspects that could affect the thing. And you want to say, oh, well, they had everything. No, they didn't. They didn't. Internally, something was off. And you don't know what they went through in the past. And they may not have resolved that conflict or resolved that trauma that they went through. years ago before they reached this status. So it's a lot of different things that you must take into consideration before you start judging a person based off what they have, thinking that they should be okay simply because they got all of these things out here. That don't mean anything, man. That don't mean anything, man. Like, you cannot have half of what these people have out here with money, and you could be more in a peaceful state of mind than they are and that they will ever be. So stop playing, man. Come on, man. Y'all got to understand. We got to understand what money, what currency really is. And we got to understand the mental form of currency. You know what I'm saying? We got to understand that. Money is bigger than this little green piece of paper that ain't really even worth anything at the end of the day. It's not really worth much. It's not really worth much, man. And it's definitely not worth much these days because y'all see the price of everything going up. So that dollar is worthless. You know what I'm saying? Get your information up. Get your mind up. That's the true currency. You know what I'm saying? When you build the mind, you can manifest pretty much whatever it is that you want to manifest. That's true currency. That's true currency. So your mental, like that mental power and understanding that power and understanding how to utilize that power. That's currency. That's how you gonna activate that inner peace. That's how you gonna satisfy yourself internally. That's how you gonna become valuable. That's how that works. That's how that works. Like, that's how that works for sure. But I'm getting tired, man. People getting in their feelings, man. Y'all got people out here watching these people on social media and they getting all upset because they don't meet the criteria. Listen, like I said, black man, black woman. Y'all know how we refer to the black man, God, black woman is earth. Listen, I'm going to speak to you, black man, directly. Listen, get that knowledge of self. Get in tune with yourself. And once you get in tune with yourself, once you discover who you truly are and what your purpose is, live according to that reality. That's value. That's value. Discover your purpose. Discover who you are. Live according to them strengths. Live according to those realizations. Live according to that knowledge. That's value. That's value. Once you live according to that reality, listen, everything is going to unfold according to that energy. And you will be good. That's how you're going to activate that peace. Now I can speak to the sisters directly. You do the same thing. Get in tune with yourself, black woman. Get in tune with yourself. Get in tune with nature, because that nature, like, listen, that's why we refer to you as the earth. That's why other cultures have referred to nature or earth, or associated nature and earth with the woman. You know what I'm saying? Mother nature. So get in tune internally first. Get in tune with yourself first. When you get in tune with yourself, then you master in nature as well. You master in earth as well. You know what I'm saying? So you got to get in tune with yourself, get in tune with earth, get in tune with the nature, and you live according to that reality. You live according to that energy, and everything will unfold according to that. So I don't care, like, forget trying to get something before you 35 and you 40. Forget all of that. Get in tune with yourself, uncover what your purpose is, or create the purpose. Whatever you have to do, live according to that reality, and everything will unfold according to that. Now, y'all, with that being said, man, I had a client pull up and I was getting in vent mode, but I got to tap out. I'm going to pick back up on this joint probably tomorrow because I still got a lot to say. So I appreciate the donations. I appreciate the comments. I appreciate y'all tapping in. I'm going to catch y'all tomorrow, though, man. I'm going to get this gym ready for my last 2 sessions. Peace, y'all.